This is an inspiring speech from Mr. Peter Obi. There is nothing wrong with Nigeria. God has blessed Nigeria. The only thing God has not given to Nigeria is leadership.
You always see me say, people, I'm not a saint, but I'm not a criminal. I have never knowingly do anything that is wrong. Knowingly. If I know it's wrong, I won't do it. I've served the state. I've served in the private sector. And today we're going through difficulties. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria. Nigeria has one of the best in terms of land, one of the best in terms of weather, one of the best in terms of God-given resources.
Sometimes I will just take my phone and begin to browse. What am I browsing? Let me look at all these developed countries, all these countries that we Nigerians are praying to go to, all these countries that we Nigerians are trying to run to. Sometimes I'm browsing to find out their history. I'm trying to find out what have these people gone through. Because sometimes what Nigerians are going through, sometimes it makes you to lose hope upon Nigeria. Right from, let me just say, the way we select our leaders. Because if the way we select our leaders is wrong, everything entirely could be wrong. And I think this is a major problem. So even though we are talking about embezzlement, we are talking about corruption, we are talking about judiciary and so on and so forth, everything boils down to the way we are selecting our leaders. According to Mr. Peter Obi, there is nothing wrong with Nigeria. You know, I discovered that this statement is very true. There is nothing wrong with Nigeria. Because if Nigerians are doing some things, you will see the unity. You will see how Nigerians unleash their potential. You see how Nigerians help one another. But when it comes to politics, they will use religion, hate, ethnicity to divide us and to do so many bad things. So I am very, very sure that what Nigeria is going through, Nigeria will come out of it. Either we come out in a good way as one Nigeria, or we come out maybe tomorrow, there will be a referendum, there's everybody go their separate way. I don't care. But what I'm trying to say is that what we are going through, we must surely overcome it, because so many countries of the world have gone through what we are going through. So we are not the first person or the first country or the first nation that is going through such thing. There are so many countries of the world. Their past leaders are corrupt as Nigerian leaders. They did all sorts of things. They kill their citizens. You know, I read history and I love reading history because it made me to realize that what we are going through as a nation is not going to be forever. But it's only mistake we are going to make to lose hope on fighting for what is right. So many people are saying that, oh no, we are not going to, talk or do anything about Nigeria again. If we keep quiet because we see that evil seems to be prevailing, what will happen to our children? So everything we are facing, our children will come and face it. It is better let us continue to fight. One day we are going to become victorious. It is when we are giving up on the country that we just see everything going on the evil side. So let us hold our head high and believe that everything will be right. Listen to Mr. Peter Obi.
I'm one of the best people. The only thing God has not given Nigeria is leadership. If we have good leaders, we will do better. If you compare Nigeria, and I said to myself, I want to just compare Nigeria with the 3 biggest countries in Europe. And I can tell you, we have more resourceful young people because we have more resourceful youths than 3 of them have. But when you now compare our economy, if you put the economy of the 3 of them together, Germany with a GDP of 4.4 trillion, UK with a GDP of about 3.3 trillion, and France with about 3.03 trillion, you're getting over 10 trillion, and we are about 400. So they are 25 times more. Why? Because we have a leadership that where we engulf with waste and consumption, no production. The rest assured, if we get it right, we'll build a better life, and all of us are involved. We must stop people from stealing public money. It is a must. We must stop people from wasting public money. It is not their private money. And all of us are involved. You must not celebrate them. All you are. 100 years from today will all be covered with white cloth. So what are you acquiring for? Why are you abusing the grace of God?
I hope you enjoyed this short and very inspiring speech from Mr. P2P. Now, the only thing I am inquiring and the only thing I need from these opposition parties, I'm talking about the major opposition parties, the PDP and the Labour Party, is that they should not disappoint the electorate that voted for them during the presidential election. Because majority voted for the Labour Party, even though at the end they said it's not P2P that won. But we know in our hearts that, yes, this man truly, gathered votes, if not the most majority of the votes. This is what we know. So I'm urging them not to disappoint those people that supported them. How can they not disappoint us? I know a lot of people will be asking this question. They are not in power. What do we expect from them? Number one, they should also checkmate the ruling party. There is nothing wrong that if things are going wrong, they should hit the streets. I could remember how Buhari led, protest against Goodluck Jonathan, 2013-2014. We should not fold our hands in next 4 years or next 3 years. If we keep quiet and say evil prosper, in that next 3 years or next 4 years that we are hoping that things will change, things will never change. So it is when they bring it, we follow them. Anything they bring, we follow them. We should not wait the next 4 years before we begin to campaign or begin to do any other thing again. So what I'm saying is this. So many things are going wrong in Nigeria. I could remember fuel is not up to 150 when Buhari and all those people go and hit the street because of fuel subsidy. They were selling fuel for about 120 naira, if I'm not mistaken. Then I think dollar was just going to 180, a bit 200, something like that. But the whole street of Lagos, Abuja, they block everywhere, they occupy everywhere. But I'm surprised that during this period that we are going through a lot of things, people are still keeping quiet. So that is the reason why I said these people should not disappoint the electorate that voted for them. So when we see that they are carrying us along, when we see that we voted for them because we needed change, since they are not in the position, they should protect our interest by speaking up against impunity. They should not leave the work of opposition for bloggers and journalists like Rufai Oseni, because now it is only Rufai I'm seeing that is doing the work of opposition, and it's not supposed to be so at all. It's not supposed to be so. So that is what I'm telling them, not to disappoint us, because tomorrow is too great, and we have learned a lot of things in the past election, that winning an election is not just about you having the majority of votes. If that is what Nigerians want, oh my goodness, what they are going to see in the next election, it will surprise them. So let us have it in mind that a new Nigeria is possible, no matter what you do. Like I said before, I've read histories of so many countries who have gone through what we are going through today. They are great. So it is people who made the sacrifice and continue to fight for what is right. And at the end, they came victorious. And I believe we are going to become victorious at the end.